Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's Tuesday, and Tuesday always used to be request day, but then we ran out of requests. But now we've got a growing list of requests again, we need a request day. So, today is Tuesday, Tuesday is request day. Today's map's requested by Nils. It's by a creator we have done twice in the past, back in episodes 640 and 784, where they got 7 and 8 stars respectively. Well, the good news is today's map is going to be slightly better than that, even though it doesn't look much from here. Slightly better than that, so another increase. But before we get up to increasing, can we get up to something else instead, please? That's right, getting up to other things really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thanks for your support. Today's map is the Large Lagoon. Well, clearly, by M4341. It's basically a superbly apt name. Looks a little bit like a spanner. There's your start square. We've got coast, we've got a river, we've got a little bit of a dirt road there. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And then you've got your terrain heights. That still looks very much like a spanner. And then what about your resources? The resources don't look like a spanner. Not very many of them, but there are a few. Just to get you playing, I guess. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, a couple of DLCs, Park Life and Pearls from the East, but they are mostly for props. Your map probably won't be broken without them. We'll be using the vanilla tropical theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT, and of course, always highly recommend reading the description. So we've done that. Now, there isn't an outside road connection as covered by the description. Everything's going to come in by coast. So we're going to start off in the coast, and here we go. It's a very undeveloped area with all the minimum you require, because this is outside of the start square. Yep, the essential lighthouse is not in the start square. We follow down this path, we end up at an abandoned little house over here as well. But yeah, none of this is in the start square. This is self-sufficient, and it's operational for you to get your incoming traffic without having to build anything. As you can see, everything here. We've got the one of those, and we've got 2 of these. Okay, and then we've got 2 of the docks, 1 of each variety, and we've got some tarmac roads. Not many of them. Got some tarmac roads, water tower, electricity going on there, and then all the essentials here, your fire station, and all the cabins there. Lovely. We've even got a little park in place already. And we got, yep, one of those. What is it? Oh, we've got 2 of them. There, everybody favourites factory, or something like that. And then we got this dirt path. Now, my biggest grumble with the whole map was probably the fact that this path is broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use Move It just to drag it underneath there so it's no longer broken. Might have to drop that down a couple of nodes. There we go. How about like that? There you go. So yes, that's no longer broken. Well, it's broken, but it's just for show, really, isn't it? Anyways, so, right. There are no highways. There's very little in the way of tarmac roads on this island. And everything's going to come in down this dirt road. And that is part of the gameplay. I understand why it's been done. And you can basically buy these tiles and start upgrading. Yeah, it's not a huge problem. The traffic will cope down here as you start building your city up. But yes, as you become a major city, a major conurbation, you're definitely going to want to upgrade from a dirt track. But you're going to have to buy those tiles first of all, especially if you're playing vanilla rules. That adds to a little bit of gameplay, and actually I applaud it. I applaud it, just so long as those docks actually work. But don't worry, we'll be checking those out. Now we've got a road or path that goes up the side of there. We'll have a look a bit later on. We will go that way. We're going to head down towards the start square first of all. Got these bamboos on the left. Oh, I like being bamboozled. And we've got trees on the left, and we've got open territory on the right there for building into. And again, I like that. It just gives a lot of build space, especially when you're a bit limited on build space on a map like this. You don't want to have it all completely covered in trees, every last iota of space. Loads of space there to build in on your right. Interesting terrain, the way that it's undulating as well. Quite nice. Yes, okay, we've got this huge ridge on the left. It's not pretty. I'm not saying it's a pretty map. Did I say it was a pretty map? I said it looked like a spanner, if I remember rightly. Anyway, this. It's Mighty Mick's Boxing Gym by Smilies. Love this. Love the shutter on the door as well, and the old poster above the door. Very nice indeed. Very good work, Smilies. And Factoids, because Factoids, and we are now back to the correct days. You'll be pleased to hear. On today's date, I'm sorry. I work ahead of schedule. I got lost. On today's date, when Humphrey Bogart died, on this day, the 14th of January 1957, his wife Lauren Bacall, oh, she was gorgeous, placed a gold whistle inside his coffin. The inscription on the whistle read, "If you need anything, just whistle," which is a line from their first film together, To Have and Have Not. So there you go. Humphrey Bogart died on this day, 1957. And I love this. Mighty Mick's Boxing Gym by Smilies. Not 1957, 2020. 2020. Can't believe we're 2020. Still feels like 1991. Dear. My body doesn't agree, but my head does. Anyway, we'll head across here. You see the old blue mantle there? That's a little bit of an issue by having one of these roads literally jammed in against the rock from a distance. But, again, I didn't say it was aesthetic, did I?
Wouldn't it be great if Cities Skylines had tides within the game? Well, now it does, thanks to TPB's Tides mods. Want to know more? Then you need BonBonB's Tides tutorial. Click the information button below.
Okay, back to the Large Lagoon by M4341 and the shipping routes. Gladly, we have shipping routes and they're not awful. They're not awful. They come past the two ready-made docks there, lovely. And then we have, again, another little triangle going on there. And we can loop around the central island on the shipping route. Past the start square, if you want to actually put some docks in the start square, you actually can. Which is a nice thing, of course. But we've already saved some money by having them out in the distance. Remember, of course, your electricity needs and whatever will be listed, but you won't really need them because it's self-sufficient. We do have water flow. We do have water flow coming right past the this operational area, but that's not the start square, is it? That's not the start square. So maybe we should just go and have a look, make sure we have water running past the start square as well. And the answer is, yeah, it's very strong. It's very strong and very bold, and it's definitely very workable. So there we go, a water flow, including a little bit of a river system as well. But, what is this map all about? Now, if we come back over here, I want to take you up the ridge here. So basically, yes, this is built into the ridge, and from a distance, you're going to get your blue mantle. Doesn't matter how much you mod it, there will be if it's this harsh. Following this, I believe it's a footpath. Is it a footpath or is it a dirt track? I'm not quite sure. I think it's a footpath. This will take us up to the highest point of the map, which is down here by the mouth to the lagoon. And up here, this isn't, I mean, it's adequate. Okay, it's adequate. It's an interesting take on the map. It's not meant to be a realistic or an aesthetic map. Over here we have some gun emplacements which have got a really good view over the bay, which I don't have a big problem with these ones. Again, I mean, yeah, it's not a realistic map, I don't mind that. But I'm struggling to believe these machine gun posts, because if we were to get in there, I mean, obviously it's just a prop, it's irrelevant really, but it is just a prop that's been propped down, and, well, they've got a great view over there. Anything coming around the headland over there is fine. But these machine gun posts, if we go inside, I'll show you the sort of view that you get. Okay, it'd be slightly higher than this, but only a smidgen. Well, a machine gun ain't going to do nothing from that distance. You can't even see the settlement down there. So yeah, I don't feel that they add anything at all. Doesn't make any sense. Possibly facing the other way to protect the gun emplacements. Anyway, over this side we have exactly the same sort of thing, only facing the one direction though. And there we go. And then we have the big lagoon. Now, the lagoon, again, down here, we've got the trees on the left, a big buildable space on the right. I like that, and I quite like the beaches as well. Over here, we'll say the central part of the island, we have this mound island, part of the old volcano that was there, I guess, with a plug in the top to stop the lava from spurting out, I guess, or something. The river system, yeah, it's like, yeah. It's okay. It's okay. It works. It works fine. Could be nice that you could do the detailing. Do you like this middle section of the river though? Don't mind that at all. That's again, that a little bit of foliage around there could make that pop into life. And then we can go to the top section up here as well, where we've got the water spawn point hidden away in a lake, and I don't mind that too much. It's okay as river systems go. It's not setting the world alight, and I'm just not buying into it. But then it's again not a realistic map, so what is there to buy into? I have to find some sort of like fantasy world that this could be existing in. Blobbyland, I feel, considering some of the shapes at this end of the island here are definitely Blobbyland. But yes, that as a bay is quite an interesting build location. Just having trouble getting my head around the aesthetics everywhere else. The question is, does it actually work with the existing docks, etc.? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zone in down here. I'm going to zone in some light residential, just so we can encourage some people to come and settle. Hopefully people will. I'm just going to put in all the basics. Power. We could drag the water from the docks area, but to be honest with you, it's just going to be quicker for me to do this. Anyway, while I'm doing this, let me know, what do you think of this? Is this a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? I don't think you're going to go for it, but you never know. Anyway, let me set the camera down and I'll give you my ratings while we wait for people to turn up. Aesthetically, it doesn't really do anything for me, I'm afraid. It's an interesting shape. It's not the ugliest shape I've seen. So I'm going to give it a 2. As a 2, it doesn't do anything. Detailing. Now, while the detailing is a little bit haphazard and a little bit shoddy, I don't think it's actually awful. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go for a very low 3 stars. It just qualifies in that it's an acceptable level for the sort of build that we're looking at. But don't get me wrong, it's not great. 3 stars. Gameplay potential. Well, assuming that shipping will come and basically land here, I think we'll go 4 stars. We're just going to have to sit here and wait. If it doesn't, then we'll go 3. But if it does, we'll stick with the 4 stars. So there you go. That is the Large Lagoon by M4341. And we're just going to sit here and wait. That 4th star is hanging on whether shipping turns up or not. Don't think we're going to be going seal of approval. But again, if this is the sort of map that you're looking for, then you won't be disappointed. Because it's not horrendous. It's just not a very pretty map, is it? That's the only problem. Is that a ship? Oh, that's a ship. Are people getting off of here? If people are getting off of here, we have ourselves the result. We have ourselves 4 stars for gameplay potential. Let's have a little look. Here they come. Oh, yes. Lots of them with their pocket cars as well. Fold out their IKEA cars. Anyways, so that resolves that one. We know that the systems that are in place do actually work. They're just going to take a little while to get there down the dirt tracks. Brilliant. Well done. Nicely played, M4341. Well, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing, for joining me for another map in the What Map series. Guess what? Tomorrow, another map in the What Map series. And also, from last night, although I was full of cold, we do have another map fix. So have a little look at that one. I do edit out all of the sniffs and the coughs and the splatters as I'm going. But it did hold me back somewhat. But do have a little look. I think you'll enjoy it. I've been BonBonB, you've been very, very welcome, and I'll see you very, very soon.